Hello, and welcome to the Marlin the Elite the movie launch live stream. Thank you for joining us. I'm Lane.
I'm Kyle. I'm Kevin.
We're so excited to be on the eve of releasing this thing.
We did it. This is also the first annual 2017 beard contest where Lane has been pre-selected as the winner, though I am clearly the runner-up.
Yeah, ever since I cut back, I've had some fiercer competition. Mm-hmm. So, for those of you joining us, thank you, and we hope to be entertaining you for the next hour and a half or so until the movie goes live. As you can see at the bottom of the screen, we have a countdown timer, which is counting down the hours, the minutes, the seconds, and even the milliseconds.
Wow.
And I've double-checked this. I don't know about the stream delay, but from our end, that countdown timer is exact. So,
good to know.
Yeah. So, start things off. Might want to talk a little bit about the movie, some maybe behind the scenes.
Well, the first thing I want to say about it is, if you have a way to watch this on a TV, I highly recommend it. Phone, computer, better. But if you can, if you have a smart TV with a YouTube app, or if you can, connect your computer to your TV through HDMI, this is really worth watching on a TV.
The biggest screen that you have, if you can, put it on that, because it really is a cinematic experience. I mean, if you're going into this, if you haven't watched any of the trailers or anything, and you're thinking, oh, this will just be like a long episode. No, this is like a movie, because it is a movie. And I would recommend watching it on the biggest screen you can.
As for behind-the-scenes things, we can confirm that this took over 2 years to make, right? We just finished it, a week ago?
Perhaps a little bit more. In terms of, filming it and stuff, yeah, I'd say maybe about a month or so ago. But then I had to, export it and do all that stuff.
We started filming in August of 2015, so it has been over 2 years since we started making it.
That was just when we started filming. I mean, there was planning long before that, so really, it feels like it's been a long time. It has been a long time. It wasn't supposed to come out. It was supposed to come out last year, and then we had to delay it a little bit. Turns out we ended up delaying it till the end of the year this year. Sorry, but I mean, when you see it, you'll go, oh, it took a long time, but wow, I can see why. And if I don't say so myself, it was totally worth the wait. That's me being you.
I know when we originally pushed it back to 2017, we were talking about trying to maybe make the July 4th, or not July 4th, September 4th release date, because that's, of course, the big anniversary of Marlin the Elite.
Would have been 10 years exactly.
But this is still the 10-year year, so...
We just got a little too ambitious.
Yeah, so... I would definitely consider this to be the kind of the big celebration and stuff. We also have the chat pulled up in here, so we'll be looking at what you guys are saying and responding. Honor-bound Fate. Yeah, we are releasing it tonight, but we definitely support your decision to hold off and wait until tomorrow, until you have a big TV. And probably it would help if you're well rested as well.
I want to say something. If, there's no problem with waiting, but if you want to watch it both tonight and tomorrow, let me tell you from experience, you can rewatch this movie like crazy. I mean, we have seen this movie so many times, and I can't even believe that. I mean, seriously, I've seen some of these scenes. I can't even count how many times. So many. I practically have the whole thing memorized. but it still makes me laugh. Even though I've heard it so many times, I know it's coming, I still just can't help but crack up. It's so funny. It's totally worth rewatching. I think it's one of those movies where every time you watch it again, you'll discover something new about it that you didn't realize the first time. It's really deep in that way. It's got a lot of like motifs and recurring themes and stuff that are important to real movies. And one other thing I recommend is you don't have to do it the first time. It'd be cool if you do it the first time, but I really think it'd be awesome to watch this with a group of people. If you have friends that you watch Marlin with, I know we used to get comments about people saying like, I always get together with my friends. If you can do that, that would be super awesome. I think experiencing it with other people is another really cool thing to do if you can. If not, that's fine. Watch it by yourself.
The best way to watch a movie is with other people, I feel like.
Getting back to your comment on rewatchability, I remember seeing The Force Awakens for the first time, and to be honest, the first time I was a bit lukewarm on it. No pun intended.
Really?
But I saw it again
hours later.
Was it hour? I know it was. It was definitely
we
like
saw it at like
the morning.
9 in the morning or 12 at noon.
Yeah,
something like that.
12,
but I gotta say, after
I think we got up at like 9 in the morning to see it.
Less than 24 hours until your second viewing.
Less than.
So
Okay.
after the second viewing, I liked it a whole lot more. Hopefully, that won't exactly be the case with this movie, but rewatchability is an important factor, and it can improve with rewatching it.
Yeah, the episodes are the same way. The episodes are really rewatchable, but this movie, totally. I mean, again, I've seen it so many times, and I still love it. I don't get tired of it. It is so funny. It's so funny.
Do you want to tell them at all about the little premiere that we had?
Hold on. One thing I want to say, and this is what I've been looking forward to most about getting the movie out there, is I really want to hear from you guys. I want to know what is your favorite line, what's your favorite scene, what's your favorite moment, what you loved about it.
Don't spoil it. No spoilers in the comment section, okay?
Yeah, you can message us too. But I want to know so bad what you guys think of it, which parts you like, which parts you don't like, which will be none of it.
That's what I'm.
You're not gonna like the ending because it's over.
Yeah.
So with that, why don't we run the theatrical trailer bit? I'm sure you guys have seen it before, but in case you haven't, we'll go ahead and play that right now.
So Marlin, tell us, how long have you been here in Alpine Springs?
Oh, since Lemon Man, Andre, we came here together.
Oh, I see. So you guys are really best buddies, huh? The greatest of pals?
Yes, we've known each other for a long time. He's a really great friend to me.
Hi, Marlin.
Hi, Grandma.
Do you want some cookies?
No, I actually had a question for you guys.
We've been trying to avoid this conversation for as long as we've known you.
Oh.
I'm sorry you couldn't get all the answers you wanted from us.
Hello, Marlin.
Marlin, are you okay? Who were those people?
You promised me you could get the job done. I've been working on this plan for a very long time. Need I remind you, this elite is crucial.
People are after me, and they want something.
You have 24 hours to bring me Marlin alive.
Sir, the task will get done.
Will you guys help me? will you help me unravel this mystery?
Yes. Absolutely, Marlin. Let's try and sneak in quietly.
Got it. Sorry.
Well, that was the theatrical trailer. I'm really happy with how that turned out. I know when I shared it on I think it was the Halo subreddit, and someone who hadn't seen our stuff before commented and said how much like a real trailer it looked like, and even asked if we like went to film school or something because it looked.
Have you been studying trailers? Like,
not consciously. I think, if anything, that was all just unconscious. Both trying to weave some sort of narrative into that, but then also leaving out stuff so that it wouldn't give too much
I
away.
will say, if you've seen the trailer and you think you know what the movie is about, you're probably wrong. I would have to agree. Lane, I do have one question. What is this?
Oh, I'm glad you asked. That is the official poster for the movie.
It looks, I would say, almost like it's movie theater poster size.
It is movie theater poster size.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So, if you've been following us on Facebook, we've posted this a while ago. We finished it up. But then, as a souvenir, we had just a few printed up for our own enjoyment and celebrating this huge accomplishment. So you can kind of see it here. It's a whole full-size poster. I don't know if you want to raise it up a little bit so you can see the full thing.
Yeah, we got the, what is that called at the bottom? Does that have a name?
I don't know. All the little, like, cast and crew things.
There are a lot of names on here.
I know, at least the font, it's called Steel Tongs.
So, you got the font right.
I know I got the font right, but I'm not sure if that's what they actually call it.
So Kyle and I have one of these too. We happen to have the movie theater poster size is 27 by 40. We happen to have a frame at our house at that size because a while ago my dad had given me a present. It was a movie theater poster. So we stuck this in it. So there are 2 copies of these out there in the world. And if you want us to sign one and send it to you, they're $250. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to attempt to put this back. One other thing you may have seen on Facebook or in the background there. Wow, look at that red. Anyway, is can you show me here? Mm-hmm. So this is a clapboard, aka slate. We didn't actually use this in the making of the movie because the movie's not live action. So we didn't need it. We also got it after we were. We
tried to slip it into the Xbox disk drive, but it just wouldn't go in.
Yeah, I think it's the size that's the problem. If we had cut it down to the shape, I think it would have worked and played.
Yeah, my red ring though.
This is a real slate. The professionals do it with one hand. Lane and I have actually done. The job of the slate person would be the second AC, which stands for assistant camera. The job is not just to do this. There's some other stuff along with it. But Lane and I have both done this job on different short films. And it's stressful, but kind of exciting, I would say. So, yeah, this was the date, not of today's date, but the date of the premiere that we had that we'll talk about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I guess if you're watching this live, a little less than a week ago...
Don't mind me in the background trying to put this back right.
Don't worry if you can't. We had sort of like a friends and family like screening of the movie.
I got it on the first day.
Because obviously we've been working on it for so long, people know about it and, I've asked over the years,
That's a-
oh, how are you doing on the movie? How's it going along? So we wanted a chance for people to, see the finished product. So we had a little premiere.
Hey, what did you do? Just
Yeah,
like
you have to
you're-
angle it just right so there's
Is
not
that
glare.
better?
That's better.
If you can pull it out anymore. The problem with it is that the sun seems to actually reflect. That's
Yeah,
fine.
so it's just like
I
a
guess
like a
cover
3D poster,
Cover it with
pretty
my
much.
head.
Yeah, so we had a little premiere
There we go.
screening. I got some goodies. Some of this orange soda is kind of left over from that.
It's really good though.
Orange.
Orange. It was orange for a reason.
Yeah, had a Marlin connection with the orange. Had a cotton swab connection with these like marshmallow treats that I got. But the real treat was I baked some lemon cake.
You didn't. Lemon Man did.
Well, yeah, I guess so. I'm kind of being presumptuous there.
No, you did do it though.
But yeah,
It was good. Good job.
Good. It was my first time making it. So
Oh, that's why it tasted so weird. Oh, just kidding. What was the glaze?
So continuing on, we had the screening, and we had people there, and they reacted to certain parts.
That
of the
was
movie.
the coolest part for me. It was just, hear the reaction, which was just right. They laughed in all the right places. It was like a test audience, but we didn't need to change anything. Maybe you saw a picture of the three of us celebrating with champagne where we were all dressed up. We did not take it that seriously. We dressed up as a joke. Kevin and I, at least. Yeah. The only thing I'm disappointed with that picture, I mean, I love the way my butt looks. Before I come over here, I was like looking at my butt in the mirror in those pants. I was like, oh my god, my butt looks great. So go back and check out my butt. What I'm disappointed about is though is that you couldn't see my tie. I was wearing a really nice tie, but I was covering up. You have a picture. Just show them my tie. What I was disappointed with was that I was doing the weird thing with my hand where it looks like I don't know what to do with my hand. But I do know what to do with my hand. Yeah. This was Kevin's tie. Oh god, I look really good in that picture.
The exposure adjustment on the webcam isn't the best.
But maybe it was like a diagonally striped black, white, and silver tie. I almost look beefy. I look like a beefcake. Kevin, you are a beefcake.
That looks like a borderline kind of bouncer look, only slightly classier.
Thank you. That new movie idea, the classy bouncer.
Well, we are streaming live, so now they're gonna steal it.
That's okay, you can have it. I'm not that passionate about it. If I'm passionate about an idea, then I will do it. Which is why we made the movie that we made over the summer, which you guys probably don't know.
Which is why
about.
we made Marlin the Elite the movie.
If you're wondering what's coming next from TP, there's another movie coming soon that we already shot. Don't worry, it didn't delay Marlin at all. Unlike Rain Cloud, which did a little bit. But coming probably early next year will be another new live action movie. Very funny. Directed by me.
So we discussed. Did you mention all of the I don't know, the little bits about people reacting to the movie and
they reacted in all the right places, which is great because you work on this for so long, you don't know if the jokes are going to work, but I don't think there was a single time that there was silence after what was an intentional joke. Was there? I don't remember there being any.
So, what we
Who
do have
knew that this refresh brand would be so
no
good?
brands on here. We aren't getting paid for that.
That is barely a brand.
It's
Lane.
free advertising. They love it.
We do have a little slideshow that we can play. We We
Oh,
have
you guys are gonna love this. I love slideshows.
we have accumulated obviously a bunch of stills and pictures, including some fan art over the years. So
Send us your fan art if you've got it.
we haven't gotten any in a long time. So we can play some of that. Maybe talk about some of the pictures as they're going up. Some will be a nice reflection of 10 years of making Marlin.
Some of these you may have seen before, some of them are not.
Just about all of these are available on our Flickr page. We do have a Flickr page.
We do? I didn't know that.
You can find that by going to our website, thomasproductionsinc.com, and clicking on the photos.
Are any of the photos in the slideshow from the movie?
A few are,
Yeah.
but it's nothing that hasn't been seen before.
There's some behind the scenes stuff. I saw one of me right before that. It's a really good picture of me. I wish we'd started on that one.
There's the...
I love pictures of me, guys. And you know what else I want to say? I don't want to say this because it's going to make me sound really egotistical, but man, I did such a good job in this movie. You know, I think acting is really, really tough to convey emotion and make it seem like the dialogue is coming straight from your head and it's not something memorized, along with facial expressions and gestures and all that, is so hard. But for some reason, voice acting, it just comes so much more naturally to me. And I think I really stepped up my game on the Marlin movie.
I agree. I think that you guys are really going to like Kevin's performances in this movie.
Especially, I guess I can't say that.
I don't know what you were going to say, but chances are you couldn't say it.
Here, I'll move,
there's a piece of fan art right there.
I'll move out of frame and mouth it. Okay, I'll just cover.
Mm-hmm. I still don't know what you're saying.
Yeah. Anyway, so.
Oh yeah. Okay.
It was in
Well,
the
well,
trailer.
Well, we can say,
Part of it.
kind of similar. I was rewatching one of the Marlin episodes, episode 99. There's that scene with all the mayors where you're voicing all of the mayors.
I think you put in the description this was a Kyle-centric episode, right?
Yeah. So there's a scene where pretty much Kyle is just talking to himself for a whole bunch.
Can I just say it then?
Yeah, there is a scene in the movie kind of like that.
Yeah. And I'll just go ahead and say it's like the third-ish.
There's a scene that Kevin
You'll
plays,
know it.
Yeah,
you'll know.
Kevin plays a bunch of characters in one scene. What I'll say about doing the scene that Lane's talking about in episode 99,
We did that on purpose.
it was because somehow I don't think we did that on purpose, but somehow, or I don't think we did this on purpose, which was somehow I ended up playing every mayor of all the towns that Marlin lived in. So there was Headlong, which was in Halo 2. I was the mayor. Then I played the mayor of the Pit in Halo 3. Then they moved to Halo Reach, and there was the mayor, and that was me. And every time we did the mayor of Alpine Springs in Halo Reach, it would always totally destroy my voice. So I learned that after doing it a couple episodes, and then I finally decided, okay, Lane, let's do all my lines for every other character, and then we'll go back. Because usually the way we do voiceovers for an episode is just go chronologically. But when we do episodes with the mayor, I want to do him last because it destroys my voice. So the challenge in that scene in episode 99 was to make them all sound distinct, which I don't think I did very well. But it's also funny because they all sound exactly the same, which can make for a good joke. Plus Corey was there, and that's also me.
What?
Hold on. Are you gonna talk about that scene?
I was just gonna ask, what destroys your voice the most? Is it Corey Von Sexy or the mayor?
Well, it depends. The mayor destroys my voice over the entire episode just of doing it, and I don't remember exactly what he sounds like right now. It's just a really, like, a high-pitched thing. Corey destroys my voice when I do the screaming.
Mhm.
I can only do like 3 or 4 takes before it starts to, because I don't do it the right way.
What I want to say about the scene is that we put all those characters, the 3 mayors and Corey, in the same scene because they were all Kyle and they all have a very similar voice.
And they all talk at the same time.
Yeah, we had that funny moment where they're all talking at the same time.
I think there's a Kyle Helm in there too, right?
And
Yeah.
I wanted to put Grandma in that scene too because she also has a very similar voice. It would have been funny, but it doesn't make sense. There's no way. That's a great picture.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys know about the Kyle Helm. You'll probably recognize it if you heard it. It was the thing Well, do you guys know about the Wilhelm? It's the scream that's in...
I feel like everyone does it.
Yeah, it's a scream that's in a lot of movies. It was in one of the Hobbit movies, and it totally took me out of the movie. I was like, ugh, they just put a Wilhelm in there super
What
loud.
took me out of the Hobbit, the second one, was the GoPro shot.
Yeah.
So that I recently did rewatch the second Hobbit,
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
there was the one point where I forget his name. He gets pretty much
A Hobbit?
killed. No, it was the dwarf guy that the dwarf king that sort of like went missing.
I meant a dwarf, not a Hobbit.
Wait,
Yeah, it was when
Thorin?
no, it was Thorin's father,
Oh, Thorin, son of...
Thrain.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I can't believe I remember that and you didn't. So it was like when he went missing, and it was like this big suspenseful moment, and it's supposed to be really impactful when I guess he bites it, but when he bites it, they play a Wilhelm scream, and it just completely wrecked it. I'm not sure if that's the same one that you were thinking
The
of.
one that I'm thinking of is there was like inside like a cave or something, and there were lots of like, I don't remember exactly because I don't know how to describe it.
Like the goblins?
It was the goblins, and somebody fell, and there was a
Okay.
Wilhelm.
Yeah.
That's
with
the one that
goblin
took me
king.
out of
Okay.
it.
If that one took you out of it, this one definitely will.
So what I was saying, we got way off track about the Kyle Helm. It was because the thing about the Wilhelm is that you record it once and you can reuse it a bunch. So that's what we did with the Kyle Helm. I went wah, and that's in a ton of episodes.
Lane, is the Kyle Helm in the movie?
it is in the movie somewhere.
Look out for it.
Although I was not like Peter Jackson in this case. I put it in there subtly.
And I think I told
No,
you.
no, I take that back. It's not subtle.
Didn't I
But
tell you?
it's
Kyle Helm
used-
is not subtle
It's
at all.
used in a way that works.
Yeah.
Whereas
Didn't I-
Peter Jackson did not.
Didn't I tell you to put it in there? I was like, when we filmed this, I was like, okay, Lane, at this part,
1 hour to go.
I want you to put the Kyle Helm in there.
Yeah. So I will say the Kyle Helm, not so subtle. There is a Wilhelm scream in this movie.
Really, a real.
Legit.
He told us that before, and I didn't notice it, and then I forgot when we watched it the next time, and I was like, I still didn't hear
Yeah.
it. So
So that one is subtle.
yeah,
Lane, where is it?
I can tell you,
Yeah. Secret stuff going on.
but I don't know.
Yeah.
Are you
exactly
looking
where.
out for it then?
I don't think I was, which
Yeah,
is why I
well,
missed it
I mean,
again.
in like less than an hour, you'll have to go look it up and.
You get to show
Can't
me
find
now.
No, that's okay. So yeah, so that's in there. It's in there subtly. A lot of great pictures going on. Can mimic that same action, directing.
Yeah, if you guys
and-
couldn't tell, every time that you see a video that's at this angle, the other angle is that picture that you just saw, which is where all the magic happens. Every time we make a Marlin movie, or episode I should say, we make it in this very room.
That is a great statement.
hmm I mean, when we made the movie, we filmed like probably 85% of it here, right? Some of it we had to do over live, so Kevin and I were at our house, and then we did take a little vacation over the summer, but we took the Xbox with us so we could keep making the movie.
'Cause that's how dedicated we are.
hmm
Lane, would you ever invite a fan over here to see where the magic happened?
I gotta be honest. I'd be hesitant. I
There's more
would
fan
hesitate.
art.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I'd be hesitant on that. Gotta do a little refill here, live refill.
I'll take
Wow,
a
I
refill
can't
as
believe you
well.
finished before me. I thought I was drinking faster than everyone else.
There's a nice shot of us in the.
That was when we wrapped.
Mhm. So
Or
ahead...
when we watched the movie and confirmed that there was no more work that needed to be done.
Hang on, I'm not sure if... Oh, wait. Hang on. Kyle, why don't you bring your glass up to the microphone so we can get a nice pouring sound for the viewers.
The microphone is not
That's good.
Let's see, we're not using the camera microphone, so...
It's either the sound of a nice pour or something else.
Hey, did you get game fuel?
I did.
It sounds a lot like my something else's. No, my frothy peas.
Speaking of drinking, there's a Marlin mug right there.
Yeah, those are available for purchase as well, aren't they? Or they used to be. Yeah, you can't get them anymore.
You know, you might be able to. I haven't checked on that website in, I'd say, at least a good 10 years.
You guys remember the website Cafe Press where you can make your own stuff?
I guess not 10 years. That wouldn't be correct.
Yeah, so we have I guess we have a Cafe Press. You can get stuff with our logo on it. Do you have the teddy bear in here?
No, unfortunately, it's not. It's still.
What? Oh. So, you can get stuff with the TP logo.
Watch over the weirdos.
The Marlin logo. Somebody out there is driving around with a Marlin bumper sticker. I just learned when we had our premiere party.
Mm-hmm. That is correct.
And that's good to know. You can too, I guess.
Okay.
If you can find our Cafe Press, if it's still
I just
out
want to
there.
reiterate this now with all of you watching. Remember to let us know what you think of the movie. No spoilers in the comments. If you want to talk spoilers, you can message our Facebook account. We'll see that and get back to you.
Yeah.
But
we do reply to Facebook
we
messages.
really want to hear what you thought of the movie, specifically what you liked about it. I don't want to hear what you did.
Your favorite lines, your favorite scene, moment, and don't forget to, if more people have joined since I said this at the beginning, try and watch this on a TV. If you have a smart TV that has a YouTube app or you can connect your computer to your TV, it's worth watching as big as you can and in full 1080 HD. The show, all the episodes, or most of the episodes were captured in 720.
Yeah.
Right? This is full quality HD 1080.
Mm-hmm.
The movie.
So I think we've come full circle on the slideshow. Unless there's another picture that you wanted to highlight on the second pass, I think we might as well switch away from it.
Did you see that good one of me? The one where you're recording?
Yeah. Because that's one of the moments one of the times I had a good beard going on. Good beard game, good hair game, good shirt. That was just a really
good game in general.
A good look day. You know when you have a good look day and you're like, damn, I look good.
I know. You know what always happens?
It's a very flattering photo.
The thing that always happens to me is,
Oh, you cut right for the fan.
I think, okay, I know I have to get a haircut tomorrow. This is, I have a day off or whatever. I got some free time. I'm going to get a haircut tomorrow. That day, my hair always looks fantastic.
Yeah.
It looks horrible. I need a cut the next day. When I'm going to get a haircut, it looks great.
That happens to me all the time.
That happens to me too, but I think back to a particular picture that was taken of me when my hair was super crazy. And whenever I think, is it time to get a haircut? I think of that picture and say yes.
Show me now.
I don't know where it is at this point, but
have I seen it? Is it the one where you're going? Like that used to be your profile picture for a while?
No.
Okay.
It's different than that, but
find it and show it to
What
me.
was the longest your hair has
ever?
ever been? By the way, I think there might be some footage
I'll show you it.
deep into our YouTube page of Kevin with long hair.
back when long hair was kind of in.
It would be like one
Around-
of the first videos ever on the channel.
Around
and
2006, 2007, the style was all the boys grew their hair out, and everyone did it. I did it a couple times in.
Yeah, it was like the
a
surfer
year or so.
skateboarder type look.
Yeah, we all did it.
Yeah.
And it got pretty long.
Pretty much around the same time when Anakin had his long hair.
It was a year or two.
For me,
after.
I think I was in 7th grade at the time, and it grew straight. Which now, if I try to grow my hair, it's like
very wavy, almost a white person fro.
That was like me with
Yeah.
my hair.
Lane had very, not quite
Wait,
curly, but
Does
very
it happen
wavy hair.
to be this one?
No, but don't show that.
Yeah, I won't.
Yeah.
But is that close?
It's worse than that.
Okay.
Yeah. So we are at close to
This is
50
a-
minutes.
So unflattering photo of me. I'm not going to show it, but this is what I'm talking about.
See, I feel like
Also,
to me that's acceptable.
Was
I don't-
yours worse than that?
in my opinion,
I don't
of
remember
course
your
it
hair
was.
ever being that
You
long.
have to find this for me. I have to see it. Here's another one when I was doing that.
Yeah.
What's that called? Piggyback. Giving a piggyback ride.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm sure this is super entertaining talking about pictures that people can't see.
Do
So
you guys want to hear about another picture? Remember this guy?
I do.
oh yeah.
That was Daniel Lancaster, wasn't it? Daniel Lancaster, a character in one of our movies, Willie's Beach.
A-Star, thank you so much for all the compliments. It's fantastic, and we're really honored that the series has meant so much to you over the years. And thank you for posting in the hub too.
What is the
oh,
hub?
It is a Discord group for people who make machinima.
And in all seriousness, what is Discord? group?
We do really appreciate the comments, and it's a good feeling. It's good to know that we've inspired you.
It's pretty much. I know we're getting old here.
Is it like a forum?
Pretty much,
Okay.
yeah. It's like a cross between a forum and a chat room.
Okay.
That's the best way I can describe it.
Well then, thank you for promoting us.
So, I'm not sure if we want to move on to the next activity that we have planned here.
Is it that?
Yes, that would be the next thing on the agenda if we want to go ahead and do
What
that.
am I pointing to? You'll find out momentarily.
So, I'm not sure if you want to, Kevin, maybe talk about this a little bit. Obviously, the whole reason why we started making machinima is because we got into playing Halo and had a lot of fun doing that. So over the years, as custom games and Forge has come in, we've made stuff for us three to play on our own and have fun with. So we do have a particular kind of formula that we've developed in terms of a map type and a game type that we'd like to play. Kevin, why don't you go ahead and talk a little bit about that?
Perfect. So, what we like to do is we created the perfect game, game type and map for 3 players. And that is a map that has 2 platforms that are separated.
They're floating in the sky.
Yeah, they're floating, and you've got man cannons going to each one. So, with 3 players and only 2 platforms, that means somebody is on a platform with someone else at all times, and you always spawn with a sniper, and you always spawn with a random weapon.
So it's a random primary weapon, secondary sniper.
Yeah. So
And you can
across
jump
the-
across to the platforms through man cannons. They're not very close together. You
And-
gotta go up a man cannon to get across to it.
Over the years, we've really perfected what the platforms are. They're both different, and it started out as these 2 platforms had a lot of cover, and we found that we are big campers if there's cover.
Yeah.
So you got to take the cover out, and we have a few different versions of the map here, but you'll see that they're all very similar.
Now, something that Kevin did not touch on is that this is a style of map that we've been making since Halo 3 came out. It was the first time that you could forge your own maps. So that's what we did. We started making this map just for the 3 of us. And we've been making a new version every few months or so, making a new one with each Halo game that comes out. and we've never showed it to anybody. This is just something that we do, three of us. So this is going to be the world premiere of our exclusive map that we make just for the three of us.
Would we like to power on the controllers?
Sure.
We're going to, through the magic of the setup here, we're going to put up the Xbox screen.
Now, what you're going to see here is our iterations of this map in the Halo 2 Anniversary Forge, or, you know, Halo 2 Anniversary Custom Game Mode.
It's the, I guess, the latest version that we can play pretty much since Halo 5 doesn't have split screen.
That's right. Halo 5 was the first time we didn't make one of these maps because it doesn't allow split screen. But according to 343, the next Halo game will have split screen.
And all future Halo
and all
games.
future games will have split screen. So the map will be making a return.
Alright, so let's go ahead and fire this puppy up. And we'll get playing. Hopefully this will be entertaining for you guys to watch.
I feel like, I wish I didn't have to say this, but if you think we look like we're not doing too great, I would chalk it up to two reasons. One, because of the live stream, there's a little bit of lag or delay.
So there is a lag between the webcam that we have and the gameplay that you're seeing on screen. Just know that.
The other thing is that
I mean, it makes it so that we have a little bit of lag or delay.
The other thing is that Kyle, straight up suck compared to these two.
Well, what I was also going to say,
we played at 50. It's always a competition between these two, and I end up somewhere in the 30s.
I would also say that we're not exactly warmed up right now.
Yeah, probably won't be on the top of our game at this moment.
If you care, it's Lane on the top screen, Kevin on the bottom left, and Kyle on the bottom right.
I'm already not doing great.
I almost got you there.
I have to re-remember these controls. I'm used to Halo 5.
Oh, man. If you guys like these maps, feel free to, you know, make your own version. It's really fun. Just make sure you have people to play with. Yeah, I keep wanting to press B for melee, even though I know it's right bumper.
Oh god. Not a good spawning point right there.
Oh.
Too bad we don't have any sick MLG commentators while we do this.
Yeah, I don't call myself a fan of MLG, but every once in a while I like to watch a game just because I like to hear people say, like, "Oh, he picks up the double kill." It's like, I don't know, it just makes me laugh. It's like people getting super serious.
Are we playing at 50?
I think we do. I haven't modified the game type. So it probably will be 50 unless we wanted to stop it.
Oh, you know what I just remembered is this map was inspired by, you know, we started making these in Forge when there was the sandbox map, but originally we were doing it on the map Narrows. We blocked off like the entire bridge section and it was just on one side that had the man cannons. We called it Grand Canyon Madness. They play on the Grand Canyon.
And Madness because it was insane.
Yeah. So the
insane in the membrane.
The game type that we have is called GCM, which stands for Grand Canyon Madness.
Wow. What I just did was insane. Are you guys watching my screen? I'm bottom left.
Kevin, the beauty of this is that you can go back and rewatch the stream and just replay your best moments over and over again.
Well, then I hope I don't have any really embarrassing moments, because it will live on forever. We should maybe talk about stuff and not just talk about us playing. Anyone have any topics or anything?
Yeah, Lane, go look at what people are saying.
I already did for a little bit, and while I was doing that, I died.
What are people saying?
I know someone, I think it was A-Star, said that Halo's gone downhill.
You know,
yeah.
I disagree. Halo 5, in my opinion, is the best Halo multiplayer that I've played. I know a lot of people think Halo 2 is God. A lot of people think Halo 3 is. And, you know, I agree, Halo 3 was great. I've enjoyed most every Halo multiplayer except for Halo 4. I don't think Halo 4 was that great, but Halo 5 is amazing.
From a multiplayer, kind of like just mechanics and like the feel and flow of it, Halo 5 is really good. Obviously, the campaign is not all that great.
Bungie has the best campaigns. 343 has the worst campaigns.
Bungie, of course not anymore, but...
well, yeah, as far as Halo goes. Bungie's games were so replayable, and boy, I don't want to replay any of Halo 4 or Halo 5 campaign.
I think my issue with the Halo 5 campaign, it wasn't that I was not liking the direction that it was going in terms of Cortana turning bad. I feel like
spoiler alert.
I'm okay with that. I just wish that they had spent more time doing some more character development and sort of leading up to that more. And also that whole kind of misdirection with the whole ad campaign not fitting what actually happened in the story.
Yeah,
that was not great. I definitely think that the Hunt the Truth podcast, I know you guys didn't quite listen to that.
Did you make it onto that?
I did. My voice is heard a little bit in one of the episodes.
Yeah, I remember it's on your website, and at first, like, it doesn't sound like you, which is crazy because I know every version of your voice, but for some reason that one didn't sound like you.
I still find it hard to believe that Lane does the Marlin voice. It sounds so different.
Can we talk about voice acting a little bit?
Let me just finish what I was going to say real quick.
I didn't notice you were talking.
Oh. Well,
every time I look away from the screen, I spawn with a microphone.
You know what? At this point, I forget what I was going to say anyway, so go ahead.
Now I feel bad. Try and remember.
You're saying the Hunt the Truth thing.
Oh yeah, so that, I know you guys didn't listen to that, but I felt like that had a better story than Halo 5. More engaging and enthralling, at least.
That's high praise.
So, voice acting. Oh. What I find so interesting about playing Lemon Man, I've been playing Lemon Man for almost 10 years now. Maybe 10 years. And, you know, I've gotten to know him so well. I can just be him at any time. But what I always found interesting about him was that, you know, he has such a personality, but it's not me. And his voice, when I'm playing him, I'm not just using my regular voice. It's a different voice. And I can't think of any time that I've just used my regular voice for voice acting, at least in Marlin.
I can't think of any right off the bat either.
I've always wondered if people were to meet me in real life who don't know what I look like, but they're fans of Marlin, would they say, "Hey, are you in Thomas Productions? Because you sound just like..."
Yeah, like, I sound like Lemon Man, but my voice is higher than Lemon. When I'm doing Lemon Man is down here. This is what he sounds like. But I don't. I have a baby kitty high voice. That's why I like being Lemon Man, because he makes me feel like a man.
Or Jerry.
Jerry as well. I always like saying to people that Jerry, aka the devil, Satan. You know, I feel like people would think that that's, you know, edited somehow.
Modulated?
Yeah, but it's not. It's all natural. Like, I really do that, you know? And then the alien, Jimbo Jamboon, he how did he go? He had a different voice, but it was also not edited at all. I almost forgot how to do it for a minute. That scared me. Wayne, how about you talk about the Marlin voice? You don't have to do it, but what is the Marlin voice to you?
That's really hard to say, because going back and looking at older episodes, it's evolved a lot.
Yeah.
Not consciously.
You know what I noticed? Or
I was always going to say, at least for me, it's always about pitching your voice up higher. That's always the thing that I have to do when
It
doing
seemed
that.
like in the first episodes, though, it was a lot lower.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
One of my favorite jokes that we made in the show, I forget what episode it was, but somebody said that Marlin has a high-pitched voice or something, and he goes, "It's kind of deep," as high as Lane could go.
I'm really ashamed at that score right there. I'm only one ahead of Kyle.
And Kyle's the worst.
what I was gonna say was you were talking about the voice evolving. Even in the recap video that you just released, it sounded different to me.
That could be. We'll play the recap video in a little bit, but one of the things with that is I also just wanted to get that done with. To be honest, I wasn't.
Did you phone it in?
I wasn't as meticulous about trying to get everything precise.
I can forgive you for that because that was when you were still working on the movie.
Yeah, thank you for that.
The movie is done. Can you believe it?
It's so weird. I always say to Kevin, like I can't wait for people to see it. Like, and now we're actually done with it. For 2 years, I've been saying, "Oh, I can't wait till it's done," and now it is done, and I don't know how to feel.
And there's about 36 minutes left.
So we're going to load up another version of this map. Should we do like the next one in sequential order, or should we skip ahead to the one that's more radically different?
Let's ask the crowd.
That's a good idea.
Would you like to see the updated version of that one that we just showed you, or a more radical version of what we just did?
So I'm sorry, the timer.
You know,
We don't have any control over it. That is set to, I don't know, the GPS or whatever.
We can't
it is.
stop time, but we're just gonna be playing Halo. So go ahead.
Okay, it looks like we have a
I
vote
see.
for radical.
I see one radical here.
It's good enough for me. Let's go. Do you guys have any questions for us?
It's a good idea to get some more involvement while I get this set up.
If you guys have any, I know there's a little bit of a delay here.
Yeah.
Oh, there. It said somebody was asking questions
I
earlier.
had some quality questions for you. Wait, quality questions or quality questions?
Okay, so
Oh, there's a good one. Has Kevin or Kyle ever tried to fill in for each other if one of them couldn't do lines? I do have an answer for that. So I, Kyle, play Cotton Swab. And there was an episode, it was way back in Halo 3. It was, I think, the one where there was like a nurse coming in, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so Kevin and I were recording this, and I hadn't been feeling very well all day. And the very, very, very end of the episode, the very last line I was going to do was like some sort of scream, like, ah, or something. And I, like, all of a sudden just super didn't feel good. I thought I was going to throw up. I was like, you guys, I have to go home right now. Kevin, you do this for me. So I went home. I was fine. I didn't throw up.
I think all it was just a scream at the very end.
Yeah, that was
if
it.
you
And Kevin
watch
did it for
the
me.
very end of that episode is Cotton Swab screaming.
It's hard to walk away from that because you guys know I have an award-winning scream.
Yeah.
You voted for it.
I think I did it pretty good. It didn't sound like Kyle's scream, but it was a pretty good scream.
Also, I am a totally horrible singer. I cannot sing at all, not even a little bit. And so we try to keep the singing on this channel to a minimum. There was a non.
How long are your slongs?
We're not going to get into that. Although a character from Marlin has a famously third leg schlong. Anyway, what I was saying was that not a Marlin episode, but the movie that we did that was Buffy and the Tuesdays. We made a song for the movie that begins with my character singing "I love the."
I remember.
And
you tried. It didn't work.
I tried.
I tried too.
Yeah, Kevin couldn't do it either. So finally, we had Lane sing the line because Lane can actually sing better than me.
So if you watch that video, watch
Yeah.
Kyle singing. He's mouthing to Lane.
Yeah.
Do you want to get going on this?
Yeah, I just am doing a little bit of live research.
Delay is 5 to 10 seconds.
So, A-Star asked what episode of Hunt the Truth I appeared on. It was season 1, episode 6, Boxing Story. So, that was one thing where they asked people, they said, hey, if you want, you can send in, clips asking, various questions and stuff, and we might use them. So, my voice did get in there. I'm the guy that says, please, just stay safe.
I wish there was a sequel to McJuice. So what do you three do for jobs that's related to film? Interesting. Why don't we start this out and we'll answer that question.
Okie dokie.
So, Lane, you're on the wrong one.
So going
Alright.
back to the question of have we ever filled in for each other? Kevin and I have. I don't think Lane has ever played any of our characters. Yes?
Yeah, in the Marlin shorts.
Oh, that's right.
He did Lemon Man and he did Grandma.
But I've never played. I don't think either of us have ever played a Lane character.
Okay, so jobs related to film. We do have jobs. My job is not related to film. Lane and I were film majors, so
I was a film minor.
as far as film experience, we have a lot of it because over the course of, however many years in college, okay, I'll just say it took me 4.5 years to graduate. Not bad, in my opinion. You work on a lot of short films, so I have a lot of film experience. But in order to pay the bills, I have a regular job. I'm not sure if I want to get into it.
I don't think we need to, but I feel like at this point, the kind of goal is like amassing, a bigger body of work and experience.
Yeah.
So that down the road, you can have that to
I can say
get the job that you're after.
we have never done any film related jobs and gotten paid for it. We do like student work for the school.
Yeah.
So to get experience.
I know we talked about it a little bit before on an old podcast, and we showed it off on the Thomas Productions Facebook page. I made a short film last year called Rain Cloud. I recommend checking it out. If you go to
5
YouTube,
minutes long.
go to YouTube, search Kevin Rain Cloud. It will come up. Anyway, it's a movie I made, and I made it for school. So I didn't make any money off of it. I didn't pay anybody to do it. Everyone was just working just for me out of being nice or needing credit for it. But now that we're graduated, I can't do that anymore. So I could make short films and ask people to be in it for free. But you know, I feel like that's a little unfair. So what I do, you know, I have a job, and it's not related to film, but I can use that to pay for making films, which I'm working on right now. I recently finished up a script that I'm really happy with, and I'm just starting to get everything together. So hopefully we'll start filming that soon, and I do want to pay people this time. So I can fund it myself, but I don't think I can like pay everybody myself. So what I'm gonna be doing is raising money on one of those crowdfunding websites. So, I mean, if you guys are interested in helping out with that, I guess friend me on Facebook.
And I think it's safe to say that when significant details will come up, since we're all going to be working on this film that Kevin has, so I think we'll be posting about it. We can cross-post it on our TP accounts and stuff like that.
One thing I did want to talk to you later, I wanted to say this before we started the stream, but I'll just say it now since we're talking about it. I want to make a video to go on the fundraising page.
Okay.
So,
Ooh, triple kill.
changing the subject, you guys can see that this is pretty much the same layout as the other map, but it's got some radical changes.
It's a little bit more compact for one.
You can see kind of how we with this one, we really kind of took it far, making it a new map.
There's multiple layers to this. There's like at least 2 layers on each side. Just a lot of craziness going on here.
Yeah, we have a teleporter that might lead you to the other side, or it might lead you to your death.
As far as the upcoming film, even though we're all working on it and stuff, and pretty much we're all the collective that makes up Thomas Productions, I don't think it'll be listed as a Thomas Productions title.
No.
I don't think this film will be going up on the Facebook. I misspoke. It won't be going up on the TP YouTube page.
No.
It'll be going up on Kevin's page that he has.
Yeah, if you guys want to see my other film, again, search Kevin Rain Cloud. You could also just search my name, and that's my YouTube channel.
And that's one word, Rain Cloud.
No,
It's not?
no, the movie title is two
Never mind.
words.
Don't listen to me. You ruined everything. When I said one, I meant two.
Hey, guess what, guys? I'm in last this time.
Oh my god, I'm in first. What alternate universe is this?
I think it might have something to do with the amount of time that each person's been talking.
Yeah,
I feel like, Kevin, you've been talking the most, so your score's lower.
yeah, I did notice a couple times where I took my hand off the controller to gesture and died. So as far as the how long are our schlong questions, I don't know. I've never looked at it.
You must have really good aim then. Just subconsciously. There used to be a lot more explosives on this map.
Yeah.
we
When
ended
we
up toning them
first
down.
play tested it, we realized there was too much explosions going on.
Oh, I fell off. you were watching for that.
You didn't say no peeking. I played no peeking.
Ooh, that's a good topic. What are our favorite movies of the year so far? I will say, so far, my favorite movie that I have seen this year
Marlin.
in theaters is Baby Driver.
I have still not seen that yet.
Other great movies that I saw this year, The Big Sick. I really, really liked War for the Planet of the Apes. Saw Thor Ragnarok, that was great. I liked Blade Runner 2049.
That's really high for me.
Logan was good, and surprisingly, I really liked Wonder Woman.
Surprisingly.
Okay, I worded that wrong. Not surprisingly.
I think you're saying that based on DC's track record more than
based on DC's
anything
track
else.
record and the fact that, you know, I'm a filmmaker, and here I am naming a superhero movie as one of my favorites of the year. Logan Lucky and Logan regular Unlucky Logan is a good movie too.
Yeah, to me, Logan Lucky and Blade Runner really stand out to me this year. Of course, The Last Jedi hasn't come out yet, so...
That's true.
That's
Also,
changed.
probably an unpopular opinion, but I didn't like Spider-Man Homecoming.
You've made that very clear many times.
I thought it was solid, but
Like,
it wasn't like a...
it fell apart for me almost instantly, and that was where... This won't really be spoilers if you haven't seen it, but like near the beginning there's a scene where Peter sees his crush like across the hall in school, and it gets all like 80s rom-com tropey, and I think it slows down and she's lit all golden and there's some music and whatnot. I was like, oh, this is gonna be a joke, but it was dead serious. I was like, wow, they really did
You
that.
didn't see that headshot I just got?
Like,
That
it was
awesome.
so tropey. It had to have been a joke, but it was not.
I never saw the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man movies, so I can't really comment on those. But what I did... The one thing I did like about this over the Sam Raimi Spider-Mans is that...
Spider-Man.
It was age appropriate?
Well, there's that, but more importantly, throughout the first and the second movies, it's always like this really big pressure of no one can know who I am, otherwise bad things are going to happen, and it's like this constant like pressure, and it gets to be annoying, I find. So, at least with this movie, while you know his identity is like still under wraps, it never got to the point where it was like annoying. That I appreciated. No, you stole my kill.
I caught up. I'm in second now.
Yeah, I briefly lost my lead actually, so I just think you were ahead and I got over you.
I just like to state for the record that when I lose, I spend a good amount of time finding your YouTube channel, Kevin, and posting a link in the chat.
Oh, you're so sweet.
So just know that that loss doesn't count right there.
Okay.
I won. Can you believe it? I can't believe it. I've won, in the 10 years that we've been playing this game type, I've probably won 15 games.
Alright, let's see what are people saying. Let's read your comments. Subbed and we'll watch later. Thank you.
So I don't know why there are people calling their channel Thomas Productions. Okay, to be honest, if we were to make, I feel like, a name for like a YouTube channel nowadays, I feel like Thomas Productions is a bit egotistical. I think like something like a neutral name that sounds cool would be good.
We've been Thomas Productions a lot longer than we've had a YouTube channel. That was a name that we picked because, well, I had nothing to do with it.
Yeah, Lane made it up.
It was-
I guess.
Well, it was when we pretty much started making movies when we were like 9 and 10 years old.
It was movies that we made just for the three of us and maybe some friends and family.
And that was just because I went with those movies, the one holding the camera and doing stuff.
It really was a Thomas production.
And I think back when I chose that name, I was trying to think of what sounds professional and stuff. So I chose that one, and sort of just out of, I guess, a continuation of that, I guess, legacy, if you want to call it. We just kept that name.
So what is Marlin's end game? You'll have to watch the movie to find out.
Obviously, Marlin has a goal in this movie. If you saw the theatrical trailer, you kind of get a vague idea of that. So the movie is about an hour and 35 minutes. You know, obviously there's some seconds thrown in there, but yeah, it is like we've been saying, it is a feature-length movie.
The movie is longer than this live stream is going to be. Before we play another game here, I want to talk about my thing, if I can.
Wait. Oh, yeah. But real quickly, A-Star asked if we've been sort of up to date on like the machinima community, and if there's any machinima that stand out to you.
I don't watch machinima.
Okay. I feel like I used to be more in tune when machinima was more popular, but now I'm kind of a little bit out of the loop on sort of what's going on.
I'll say, as I don't think anybody, and maybe you guys know a little bit more than we do, but I don't think anybody has made a machinima that is going to be as high quality as Marlin the Elite, the movie.
Yeah, this will be the best machinima ever made.
It's a lot of pressure.
Okay, can I announce my announcement now?
Yeah, so I think we've said this in the past that even after the movie is released in 15 minutes, by the way, we have a lot to cover in that amount of time. The party doesn't end there. We have a full suite of behind-the-scenes extras, as if when you bought the DVD, you'd put them in and you have all this extra cool stuff about making the movie. The first thing that we're going to come out in that realm is something that Kevin's been working on.
So during the making of the movie, I would say I shot anywhere between 2 to 3 hours of footage of us making the movie, and I always wanted to do that and make it into a documentary. I don't know if we've talked about it before on the podcast, but let's just say this is an official announcement now. So I made a documentary about the making of Marlin the Elite, the movie, and I'm really proud of it because in the past, our behind-the-scenes videos have basically just been a mishmash of here's some footage of us, but this isn't that. It tells the story of making the movie, and it's a good length. It's about 17 minutes long, and it's got, it's narrated, kind of.
It has interviews.
Yeah, interviews, behind-the-scenes footage of every stage of production. So you get to see us, before we started filming. You get to see us planning it. You get to see us on the very first day of production. What was the first thing we filmed? You get to see, how does Lane capture the footage, get it, from the Xbox to the computer. You get to see him editing it, what the process of editing is like, what voiceovers are like. You get to watch us record lines. That, I think, is the coolest part to me. And just in general, us talking about how we did this. And I'm really proud of it. I think it turned out really well.
when we had our premiere thing, we showed this documentary afterwards, and I think everyone there said that pretty much after watching it, they had a much more appreciation in terms of how much work went into the movie.
And also,
stuff.
Before we showed it, we were getting lots of questions that ended up being answered by the documentary. So if you watch the movie and you're like, I have a question about how they did this, you might just find out without having to ask us. But you could also ask us. Send us a Facebook message. We do reply to Facebook messages.
It's not going to come out immediately. Like, it's not going to release tomorrow or a week from now. It'll be a little while.
We want to give some time for people to see the movie before we start getting into stuff that might...
It's spoiler heavy. It's spoiler heavy. It assumes you have seen the movie. So don't watch it if you haven't watched the movie.
So we are... If you don't mind me changing subjects here... We are close to being about 10 minutes away from the release of this thing.
We probably shouldn't play another... We probably shouldn't play another...
No, definitely not another game. I don't think we have time for that. No. But we did come out with a recap video recently that for people who aren't as familiar with Marlin the Elite or need a refresher on the stuff that's occurred.
After all, it has been 2 years since an episode last came out.
Yeah, so we put out a recap video to get you up to speed before the movie. I think we'll go ahead and play that right now.
Hi everyone, I'm Marlin the Elite. Years ago, I lived in this wonderful penthouse in a town called Headlong. After a minor disagreement with the mayor, I was forced to find a new home. I ended up in a place called the Pit, and that's where I met my best friend, Lemon Man. We've gone on so many adventures together, it's hard to keep track of them all. One of my favorites was when we entered a hot air balloon race and went up against the best balloon racer in the world, Corey Von Sexy. We beat him, and ever since then, his one goal in life has been to kill me. He's tried so many times I've lost count. One of those times was when Lemon Man and I joined the army. But I ended up as a prisoner of war under Corey Von Sexy. As a prisoner, I met a new friend with plenty of military experience named Cotton Swab. My grandma came to save us. She and my grandpa are a big part of my life. We brought Cotton Swab back to the pit, and Lemon Man and I had a valuable new friend. Unfortunately, multiple deadly diseases broke out in the pit, and the mayor had to evacuate the town so he could blow it up. That's when we moved to Alpine Springs. Some of our adventures in Alpine Springs have gotten quite dangerous, but Lemon Man, Cotton Swab, and his military team, known as the Swab Team, has helped bail me out of a few sticky situations. Like that time we battled space aliens who just wanted a Dennis Quaid movie.
A VHS copy of The Rookie, starring Dennis Quaid.
One time, a mysterious teleporter showed up in Alpine Springs. And was spewing out garbage left and right. Lemon Man and Cotton Swab bravely ventured through and discovered that the mayor of the pit was rebuilding the town. He just didn't want me there. Luckily, Lemon Man's brother showed up and was able to take over as the new mayor of the pit. The old mayor died in space when he teamed up with Corey Von Sexy to try and kill me by destroying the entire universe. It didn't work. Lemon Man, Cotton Swab, and I have had so many adventures together. Like that one time I was abducted by aliens in space, or competed in a golf tournament in the depths of hell, that I decided to write a book about all the fun and intense adventures we've had together. A lawyer named Devon Pierce discovered something I hadn't realized. My book was a confession to dozens of murders. Thankfully, a movie executive bought the rights to my book for just enough money to pay off my legal fees. That means you can all look forward to Marlin the Elite, the movie, coming soon!
Okay, I hope you enjoyed that.
One thing I'd like to address is that we got, I think, one, maybe more people a little bit worried about that it sounds like the movie's just going to be a recap of the entire show. No, that's what that video was.
The thing with that video is that you and Kevin wrote it. It's in universe.
Yeah. So, if you guys remember from episode 100, Marlin had this book.
They just watched the
Yeah.
video.
Yeah, but basically in episode 100, Marlin wrote a book, and that book was turned into a movie. The Marlin the Elite, the movie, is not that movie, the in-universe movie, if you get what I'm saying.
So, one thing we should reiterate here is if you can watch this movie on a TV, you should do that, whether you've got a smart TV or can hook your computer up to an HDMI. One more thing I would want to say is if you have friends that you want to watch this with, whether you're watching it for the first time or not, it's great to watch with other people, and it's also really highly rewatchable. So when you watch it once, I hope you don't think, wow, that was fun, I'm never going to watch it again. You should watch it again. Like I said before, I've seen it so many times, and every single time it makes me laugh, and I can't believe, wow, I know this part is coming, and I know I've heard it so many times, and it still makes me laugh out loud.
So, we're getting down to the wire here. We said that we were going to give something away.
You said you might.
Well, I think that might is turning into a yes.
Okay.
Pretty much. So, the thing that we are giving away is a digital copy of Marlin the Elite the movie, the original soundtrack. So, one of the things for this movie is that all the music is completely original, made by me. I will say that if I'm not too, too bragging or anything.
You did it.
Yeah, so I made all this music specifically for the movie. There's some themes from the show that come back in. Hopefully, you guys will notice those. It's 32 tracks. It's over 90 minutes of music. So the prize will be a copy of that, a digital copy. There is no physical copy, by the way. A digital copy of that will be sent to the winner of the thing that we're about to do. And by the way, I think we'll ask a trivia question.
You didn't touch on that last bullet point there.
Yeah. So if you aren't the lucky person who's winning a copy of this soundtrack, it will be available on CD Baby probably at the stroke of midnight. I don't know 100% about that, but it is on iTunes as well.
One thing I would say, it says it's available on iTunes. If you haven't already gone to iTunes to go look at it, stop right now.
That's a really good point.
The titles of the tracks are not meant to spoil anything for you, but there are some things in there that if maybe you wish you hadn't seen if you hadn't seen the movie yet. So watch the movie, then go to iTunes to look at that.
Yeah. And if you win this soundtrack, don't open it until you've seen the movie.
Yeah. But if you already did and it's too late, then that shouldn't be a big problem.
Okay, so A-Star, it is distributed through CD Baby. It will be on their site as well as iTunes and other places. So,
but it's a download only. You can't buy a CD.
Okay, commentary and director's cut.
And
person who's waiting for their class to start, where are you?
Okay, obviously, there's not going to be a director's cut. Pretty much what I'm showing you is the director's cut.
It's what we all decided.
We don't have a studio telling us that we need to cut stuff out of it. So the movie that we made is the movie that we want to make. You're welcome.
It's what we all decided that we're happy with.
Okay. Should we ask the contest question now, or should we hold off until the stroke of midnight and then do the contest?
No,
people want to watch
the
movie. Let's do it now.
Okay.
Hold on really quickly. Do you want to answer what?
There's no time. We got to do the question.
Okay.
We're running out of time. So, answer in the chat, and the first person to come up with the right answer for this will win the soundtrack. In episode 100 of Marlin the Elite, there is a character that comes back. His name is Snot. He's a yellow elite. He has an annoying voice. I'm not sure if you want to...
He's played by... Yeah, he goes...
I have a lawyer.
So his name is Snot, and he first appeared in an earlier episode of Marlin the Elite. Either name the first episode that he appeared in, or the episode number. Again, either the name of the first episode he'd appeared in, or the number of that episode. And you will win the soundtrack.
Let's see. Anyway, did you want to answer that question?
Yeah, so we will have a commentary coming out at a later date. That is part of our suite of bonus features that will be coming. So we'll be waiting for the answer. When you have it, it is findable somewhere online if you don't know the answer.
We do have a backup question if nobody gets it right, and I can tell you already it is not episode 5 or 7.
Yeah. We'll let you know when someone gets it right. But until then, we are getting down to the wire here. Obviously, we know there's a delay on the stream. I don't know how much of a delay that is. Chances are when the timer runs out, it will be time. Unfortunately, it looks like we're having some technical difficulties. Oh, no, wait, there we go. It's back. It's back. Cut out for a little bit there. We're less than a minute away. Before we officially announce it when the timer runs out, I will go on and check to make sure. I got to have visual confirmation of this. That it is indeed live and people can watch it.
I can do that. Let's see, anybody get it right yet?
Okay.
Should we ask the backup question?
Let's wait a little bit more, at least until after the countdown. Again, a little bit of issues with the countdown timer. I think it might be refreshing or something.
Yeah, it's about 15 seconds right now. Yeah, I think.
10, 9, 8,
Here we go.
7, 6,
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Happy Marlin Day, everybody. Wow.
Now, we must have confirmation of this.
Yep.
Boom, there it is.
How does it already have 9 views? Is that you, Lane?
Yeah, that was me. We have official confirmation. It is live. We can officially fade in the available now graphic.
So you guys can stop watching this and go watch the movie.
But don't yet. We still have that contest.
Yeah, you can hang out with us for another couple minutes while we get this contest done. You missed the question due to buffering. Okay, we should go to the backup question because this is a very hard question.
Okay.
We understand.
Okay. All right, new question. The person who answers this first wins the soundtrack.
You want me to ask it?
Go ahead.
The question is, what is Lemon Man's full name? Go. Lemon Man is his nickname. What's his actual real name? He has a first, middle, and last name.
I'll just say it's not the answer of our current president. He has his full name consists of a first name, a middle name, and a last name.
Mm-hmm. Lemon DeFranco. No, but close. Why did you do that? Put my Gemini on there. It's out there in the world. Can you believe it?
Someone's getting close.
Yep, that's close.
Someone got one part of it.
I'll do you a favor and check iTunes, see if that's up.
Now that the movie's live, or doing some checking on stuff and some posting.
It's on iTunes as well.
You didn't get it right yet?
Let's check here.
There you go, that's it.
Halo 3 Owner 5, you have just won a copy of Marlin the Elite, the movie.
Congratulations.
The official soundtrack.
Do you want to say what the answer to the first question was?
Yeah, so in regards to the first answer, the first one that we gave up on, the first episode that's not appeared in was episode 33, Elite. That was the episode with the Elite Scouts. And they went and got stranded and going on their outing. So, Halo 3 Honor 5, what I'm going to do is I'm going to send you a private message on YouTube. Hopefully you know how to receive it. And pretty much I'll ask for your email. And then once you respond, I'll send that prize to you and you can enjoy it.
All right, guys. Well, thank you for hanging out with us for 90 plus minutes.
Yeah, we had fun.
This is it's really flown by, and we're grateful for everyone who has tuned in and has been commenting.
And we're especially grateful for those of you who've been fans of Marlin the Elite, whether you're new or have been watching for a long time. We really think you're going to enjoy the movie. So, I mean, it's out there now. Go watch it. What are you doing here with us? Go watch the movie. Or if you have work tomorrow like I do, go to sleep and watch it on a TV. Yeah.
I think...
But we're officially doing a midnight release, just like all the big blockbusters.
Yeah.
We got a poster. We had a premiere party.
I'm not saying that our movie's going to be better maybe than Justice League or whatever, but hey, ours is free, so...
Yeah. And it is better than Justice League. I haven't seen it, but I can tell you.
You can already tell it will be.
I mean, I like Zack Snyder. I feel like we should sign off and let them watch it now.
I'm bringing up the movie so I can drop a link in the chat, and then I think we will skedaddle. But yeah.
All right, guys. It's been a blast.
Yeah. Super active comment section. We thank all of you for tuning in and joining us.
Again, if you have any questions, just ask and tell us what you think of the movie. Message us on Facebook or, leave a comment in the comment section of the movie on YouTube. Just keep it spoiler free, please. No spoilers, but tell us what your favorite parts were.
Indeed. So, signing off with that burp, I'm Lane.
I'm Kyle. I'm Kevin.
Thank you for watching.
And good morning.
you